Week 4 of EndZone, 11 o'clock. Welcome on in. Our game of the week, Starkville, Louisville. Not going to spoil too much, but our most exciting game of the season. Tupelo, the Golden Wave, that defense has been lethal. Could it hold up against the Columbus Falcons? And Itawamba visiting New Hope out in Columbus. Clint Hoots and Seth Stillman.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff, Cam Dyer, and Grace Ibarra is brought to you by OCH Orthopedic Center, Jax, Carl Hogan Toyota, Wade Incorporated, and Clark Beverage Group.
Special thank you to all of those sponsors. John Sokoloff and Cam Dyer joining you here on a Friday night, week 4 of EndZone. We want to thank you so much for tuning in here. Cam, we have so many teams that have impressed these first 4 weeks. You're kind of starting to really learn teams' identities, what direction they're trending. Our game of the week, Starkville, Louisville. We won't spoil it yet. We'll have to get to the highlights before that. But these are just, cream of the crop in both 4A and 6A.
Yeah, it's really a measuring stick for both of these teams. 2 undefeated squads, like you said, Louisville 4A, Starkville 6A. And you gotta love the emotional ties that this game has. It's kind of, for my Star Wars fans out there, a Jedi Master taking on their Padawan with Tyrone Shorter, who coached Chris Jones. And really, it was just a blast to see, and it lived up to all of the hype.
It definitely did. How about we get out to those highlights? Our Gracie Barrow is out there.
WCBI's High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota in Columbus.
Thank you, Carl Hogan, for this 2022 Blue Toyota Corolla. Hybrid safe, saving the environment. What's better than that, Cam?
Not much.
Not
but
much.
Some football. Come on.
Probably so. 4A, Louisville. 6A, Starkville. Let's get out to it. First quarter, neither team gets much going. Jalen York swallowed up by that Power Cats defense. It seemed like it was pretty loud out there at Louisville.
Those hits were loud, too. Man.
Oh, yeah. Game scoreless through a quarter. Second, Starkville finding its groove. Quarterback Trey Petty calling his own number. Getting those Jackets on the board first. Starkville up 7-0. And it was so nice, Cam. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Play action.
You got to count for the quarterback. Come on.
He gives his team a 14-0 lead. Flexes on him. Got offers from Southern Miss and State, man. He's the real deal. But you think Louisville going to go down without a fight? Come on. Fourth down, keeping the drive alive, less than a minute until the half. Xavier Hunt making it happen, taking it all the way to the 1-yard line. And then Kiarian Jackson finishing off the drive, 14-7. This was just the beginning. This game was an absolute barn burner, and it was Starkville in the end getting it done 21-20. They scored in the last couple of minutes to end up taking the lead and getting it done. Look, you're up 14-0. No lead is ever safe when you're going up against a very well-coached team in Louisville like Tyrone Shorter's bunch. But, Cam, this is all you could ask for, the emotional ties, because Chris Jones played for Tyrone Shorter in high school at Knoxville County.
Yeah, it really was. And what impressed me maybe the most here was Louisville's defense. They were kind of the biggest question. We were out there week 1. The offense was looking good, but could this defense take on one of the best offenses in really all of Mississippi high school football and one of the best teams? And they went toe-to-toe. So I know moral victories aren't really a blast for anyone, but man, a 1-point loss to a 6A powerhouse, if I'm a Louisville Power Cat, I'm feeling pretty good about this.
No, you definitely should be. So let's keep things rolling here. We got all the scores, all the updates. How about we stay in Columbus? Falcons looking for their first win, taking on undefeated Tupelo. So the Golden Wave only gave up 10 points through the first 3 games. Defense didn't take a step back early on here. A little sack lunch action. Clifton Watkins coming up with a big-time one. A few plays later, this time Tristan Jernigan, he wants a piece of the pie, Cam Dyer. Another Tupelo sack.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're swarming.
2 of Ty Harden's team's 3 wins were shutouts this year. And then the drive ended with their 3rd sack of that just single drive. This time, Kalen Roddy. So now it's time for wave power. I guess that's what they call it. I don't know, but
that was a sack trick.
It was a sack trick, yes. And then drive, they march right down the field. It's ended with this Jabbery Dooley putting a bow on it. 7-0 Tupelo. They end up getting it done 28-6. All right, and Oxford winning the big-time rivalry up there over the Commodores of Lafayette, 43-19. And we'll keep things rolling. Itawamba, New Hope, Trojans. Packed house, man. They've got some good crowds. Up 13-0 in the second. Ty Davis finding Isaac Smith. It looks like a 2-yard gain, but grown man strength. He's like, no, I'm getting the first down.
Dragging him all over the place.
You love to see the tenacity. You really do. First half winding down. New Hope looking for some offense. Hayden Dotson rolling out. Chucking one Zaire Smith comes up with the acrobatic snag to move those chains. Trojans were not finished. Ladarius Tate says, hey, this is going to be a one-score game going into halftime. And, you know, his wish ends up being manifested. But this one was all Itawamba. That'd be all New Hope would get. Itawamba up 34-7.
Now let's head out to Pontotoc, taking on Saltillo for homecoming. Second quarter, Warriors up 7-0. Tigers have it deep in their territory. Chance Johnson fumbles. The ball is loose. It's still loose, but Saltillo fumbles it back, giving the Tigers a new set of downs, and they were forced to punt. Warriors give it to Jacalen Judon, who looks trapped, but gets loose and winds up with a pretty good gain. Lots of heart there. They punted it back to Saltillo, though. Johnson now connecting with Braden Bauer in the flat, and he scampers for a first down. No one had him out of the backfield there. And in the waning seconds of the half, still 7-0 Pontotoc. The Tigers' Johnson finds Ashton Blanchard here for a short game, but the clock's going to keep ticking. Time expired, and the Warriors were still up a touchdown, and Pontotoc ends up winning this one 13-8.
Oh, man. It's up in Nettleton.
Yeah, handshake going on here, but for Nettleton, quarterback freshman Braylon Williams here. He fakes, he kept it, and no one's going to catch him.
Top 5 nominee?
Top 5 nominee. Can't even drive, but he's outrunning everyone. He doesn't even need a car. He's got the wheels himself for that touchdown. And Nettleton, they're feeling good about it. Williams now handing off, spreading the wealth. Jaden Dilworth for the 5-yard carry for his second TD of the night. It's 21-0. And now Ethan Ramirez gets Caledonia on the board with the TD run, 21-6. And now here's a nice pick on the pass to Anternian Benson. And Caledonia is going to end up losing this one, 41-13. Tough loss.
Tough scene for Coach Kelly and company. All right, North Pontotoc taking on Brooks Dampier and Amory. We will have the highlights here on EndZone. Shannon going to bounce back at Noxubee County down there in Macon. And also Bruce battling the South Pontotoc Cougars. All that and more coming up next on EndZone.
Welcome back to EndZone. The state runner-up from last year, Amory, hosting North Pontotoc. Opening possession here. Drew Winfun looking for some space and finally finds it. Look at the patience, getting the first down and a little more past midfield, but the drive stalled out later in the first. Charleston French carries for a first down there before getting upended there by North Pontotoc. And on a fourth down here, Jatarian Ware throws deep, and Elijah Spratt wins the battle for the ball and scores from 40 yards out. I would say maybe a top 5 nominee right there.
I think so.
Yep, and they would go up 7-0, and they end up winning this one 38-8. Amory all over North Pontotoc.
All right, how about we go out to Noxubee County? A little coin toss, always tense in those moments of the games, I would say. Cameron Smith keeping it here for the Tigers, gets a 10-yard run.
Pretty slippery there.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I really like these Noxubee County jerseys as Ladarian Mosley gets a 15-yard run there. I really think that they're pretty fresh. Keegan Puff here, 5-yard run. And then the Noxubee County defense coming up big, but this was all Shannon, Cam.
Goodness.
Shannon ends up getting it done 35-26. Tough for Noxubee County.
A little bit of a bounce back there for the Red Raiders,
yeah,
though.
Quarterback Camario Taylor out.
Now let's head out South Pontotoc, hosting Bruce, and the Cougars on offense first. Dalton Kelly takes the handoff and goes for a good gain, gets the edge there for a first down. Cougar looking at me in the eyes. That was a little scary. Then quarterback Jackson Harmon keeps it and bowls his way up the field and gets deep inside Trojan territory. And Harmon then going to hand it back off to Kelly, who goes in for the touchdown. 7-zip South Pontotoc. Now Trojans deep in their own territory, 3rd and long. That's never a good situation,
no.
John.
Absolutely
but
not.
Even worse when there's a bad snap and the Cougars are eventually going to recover it, looking like a hot potato out there in the end zone. That's another touchdown. It was O'Brien Ivy to recover it, and 14-0 South Pontotoc, and South Pontotoc keeps rolling 42-6.
Okay, Thursday night, Moorville, Aberdeen, Bulldogs, and Troopers. 4th down, Eli Hussey for Moorville. Fake punt, faking everyone out, getting the marker. We said this before, you got to be gutsy on 4th down on the road, Cam.
And Aberdeen got to be on their toes there. Come on, you can't get a little lackadaisical.
Oh, don't worry. They were on their toes enough the rest of the night. And here's Jermaine Strong. This kid's a heck of an athlete. Makes a great throw to Edrian Garth. Takes it 80 yards to the house. 2-point no good. Bulldogs up 6-0. Second quarter, Brody Thompson looking for Gray Cruz in the end zone for the touchdown. This was an absolute dime. You couldn't have handed it off better, but the flag.
Flag, you see it went up. Come
Offensive
on now.
PI coming back. And this one was all Aberdeen, 46-0.
Goodness.
Let's get some more scores in here for you. Houston took down Corinth, 27-13. Kosciuszko, despite a late push by Choctaw County, Chargers falling at home, 24-21. New Albany took down Boonville, 66-40, and Mantachie beat Thrasher, 33-6. All right, coming up next here on End Zone, the Belmont Cardinals visiting Hatley. Noxapater, West Lowndes. This one came down to the wire, and it was decided by just 2 points. Who was victorious? We'll have the highlights. And, of course, Okolona at a surging Hamilton Lions ball club.
Welcome back to some more End Zone. Belmont at Hatley. Belmont leading 14-6, and Andrew Moreno on the reverse around the right side. He's going to get the edge there for the first down before being dragged down. And Moreno, again, takes the football inside the 1-yard line. Can't quite reach. You got to reach. Use those arms. But guess what? It's not going to matter. Braden Hodum sneaks it in for the touchdown. They go up 20-6 after the PAT, but this one just went final, and Hatley coming back to win 28-26.
Big victory for Hatley. All right, Baldwin, East Webster, 38-23. Eupora beat East Union 46-7. And Calhoun City took down Water Valley 40-27. How about we get to Noxapater?
Let's do it.
West Lowndes, Anthony Keene talking to his players, and he needed to because this one was a very close game at the end. And Elijah Johnson nowhere to go. And then Jaquavius Tate with a nice little 10-yard run here.
Shifty. Really shifty indeed.
And now Elijah Johnson, nice touchdown last week. He coughs it up here and recovered by Noxapater. Kyle Phillips now. He fumbles. And West Lowndes gets it right at the goal line. That's just brutal.
It's contagious. Fumbleitis.
It is brutal. So now West Lowndes nowhere to go. This was a thriller. West Lowndes gets it done 22-20.
Now let's head out. Okolona at undefeated Hamilton. And late in the first here, Stanek Jordan punches this one in. Short yardage touchdown. Broncos could have used that Monday night to go up 14-6 here, Hamilton. And a little later, after a Chieftain answer to make it 14-12, Evan Pounders comes right back, walking in to add another TD, 22-12. And Pounders, again, going to be getting it done with his legs, can't find a receiver, and he is making moves here. Look at this. Miss me once, miss me twice, not going to miss me 3 times, but taking it inside the 5, and they would punch it in to go up 29-12. But right before half, trying to add on more, Pounders picked off by Jarian Bean, who takes it all the way, making Pounders miss, and no one's going to catch him. By my count, that's about 100 yards, John. 100-yard pick 6
Something
to make
like
it 29-18. But it wouldn't really matter. Hamilton ends up taking this one, a 50-piece, 50-34.
Let's get some more scores in here. Walnut falling at Biggersville 61-16.
Goodness.
Yikes. All right, we'll keep things rolling. Smithville blanking Alcorn Central 35-0. French Camp took down Nanawoya 28-20. Yes, big win for them. Now they'll play Hamilton next week. And Vardaman beat Coffeyville 42-20. And don't go anywhere. We're not tired yet.
No.
We've got some MAIS action, including the rivalry, Heritage and Starkville, along with some West Alabama action. A bunch of our teams clashing and playing each other.
Give me more
Right
football.
back. Welcome back to EndZone, the big-time rivalry in Starkville tonight. Heritage Academy, the Volunteers of Starkville Academy. All righty. After a quick 3-and-out, Heritage on offense, Jack Ketchum. And let's just say no one would catch him on the touchdown. Thank you, Trey
Couldn't have
Nauer.
handed it to him any better there.
No, you could not. Patriots up 7-0. Vols back on offense. Briggs Bennett finding Wyatt Boos on a quick pass, breaks a tackle, nice gain, first down. Later on, Bennett rolling to his left, keeps it. He's brought down by Aiden Westmoreland. The drive would end up stalling. Pats with the ball now. Jay Stevenson on the handoff, and my guy over here is breaking tackles with the strong run down the sideline, finally pushed out of bounds once he gets into Volunteer territory. And later on, Ketchum looking for Sam Hannon on a quick pass, gets it into the end zone for a 9-yard score. PAT no good. Heritage up 13-0. They end up getting it done 31-21.
And over to Winston Academy now, facing Winona Christian for another homecoming matchup. Everyone's having fun. Third quarter, Winston Academy up 28-0. Will Chancellor gets the handoff. Good for a gain of about 7 up the middle, but it was a tough 7. And later on, Cole Hab getting the ball here, and he's breaking some tackles, and he's going to go all the way in zone. A little help from the offensive lineman there, getting him out of the pile. That's a touchdown, 21 yards. PAT is good, and the Patriots get the win over Winona Christian, 35-6. Now, let's head out. Columbus Christian taking on Tunica Academy. And Columbus Christian's hot, trying to stay hot. In the first 4th down for the Rams, Garrett Weathers finds Luke Phillips to move the chains, but they weren't able to capitalize with any points. Now, Tunica Academy on the move. Kurt Berry rolls out and drops this one in the bucket to Almanzo Payne. No one's catching him. The Blue Devils now lead 8-0. Next possession. Weathers trying to get it done any way he can, making guys miss, running around, trying to find someone, taking it himself, running for his life a little bit. But that's a first down, keeps the chains moving. But once again, they stall out. And the Blue Devils keep pouring it on. Barry finds Payne underneath and just lets him do the rest. I mean, just blazing speed there. A 60-yard touchdown to extend the lead to 14-0. And they wouldn't look back, taking down the Rams 46-22.
All right, let's get some more scores. Lee Academy taking down Oak Hill 33-26. Calhoun Academy beat Kemper Academy 56-22. Keep things rolling, and let's go out to Aliceville, hosting Sulligent. Blue Devils, Jackets. Opening drive, second play of the game. Sulligent halfback A.J. Lowe taking it and going 60 yards for the touchdown. Okay, so Sulligent,
How about that?
showing Aliceville that they're going to give him somewhat of a fight here. Jackets had to strike back, though. Tijerian Williams dumps a pass off to Lamarck Robinson Jr. He says bye-bye to that Blue Devil defense. Gets a nearly 60-yard touchdown of his own. Tied the game at 7 here. Looks like it was going to be a shootout. And then Sulligent goes 3-and-out. Aliceville gets the ball again. Williams pitches it to Keanthony Wilder, who muscles his way for a first down. And then there were a couple of penalties. And then Williams rushes it in for Aliceville. Up 14-7. They win big, 54-28.
Now, Gordo at home against Tarrant. It's homecoming, and the Gordo Green Wave are pumped up. Gordo right at it. Brax Garrison drops the ball into Ethan Wilder for the touchdown. And now Tarrant was under pressure all night by the Green Wave defense as they sack them to force another punt. And Brax Garrison decides he can do it with his arm and he can do it with his legs here. Breaking tackles, breaking ankles, and no one's gonna catch him. He's big, he's strong, and he's fast. Another touchdown there. Gordo up 14-0. And Ray Sean Williams had himself a night. 4 touchdowns, including this one. 91-yarder to the house. The angle, it doesn't matter. He's looking up, probably imagining like a big screen in front of him where he can just see himself outrunning everyone.
Probably
I never did that, but it would be nice to do it.
Yep. Hey, look, everyone's screaming your name as well, getting into the end zone. That's got to be pretty good.
Feels good. And to continue, finishing the homecoming mauling, Cole Somerville cruises into the end zone Gordo ends up blanking Tarrant 49-zip.
All right, Lamar County, Tuscaloosa Academy. Jordan Godsey down 21-0, but he runs it in for the Bulldogs to make it a 21-7 ball game. But this one, I mean, it was a lot of Tuscaloosa Academy. Preston Lancaster finding James Standard for a 54-yard touchdown. That was an absolute dime.
Sure was. Oof.
And then Alexander Bradford for Lamar County passes over the middle, Matt Spann, but he fumbles it. Recovered by Sherabiah Jones. And after the turnover, Tuscaloosa Academy would end up scoring. This was all them, 34-7. All right, let's get one more score update in here for you. The Tornadoes of Pickens County taking it to South Lamar, 36-6. And I mean, it's just a jam-packed night, a bunch of winners, and we're gonna pick ours when we come back. My team of the night, gotta be Tupelo, 4-0 on the year. Cam, who's yours?
We don't got a helmet, but Hamilton winning. I mean, it's impressive.
Big time. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff, Cam Dyer, and Grace Ibarra is brought to you by OCH Orthopedic Center, Jax, Carl Hogan Toyota, Wade Incorporated, and Clark Beverage Group.